Let's get our guest, Cactus Jack, on. Cactus, how are you tonight, sir?
Hey, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Could be better. We are 7 days and counting from a match that you certainly have taken big strides in perfecting. Certainly one of the most dangerous matches in the entire game of professional wrestling, and that's one where falls count anywhere.
That's right. It's the match that I stake my reputation on. When I leave the sport, I don't know how much is going to be left in my body, but I'm going to need my reputation to take with me. So it's like Dusty Rhodes had the cowbell, and Ivan Koloff has a Russian chain. Cactus Jack's legacy is going to be falls count anywhere. And I don't want, and I won't let Paul Orndorff take part of that legacy with him.
The thing that I would think that Orndorff presents many problems, but one thing that certainly perhaps can't be measured, and that is the man's experience and his intensity. He has a great deal of courage, and he's going to be quite a test, I would think. And I'm sure you would agree. You've been in the ring with the guy on many occasions. You know much better than I how tough he is.
Well, I'll say Orndorff's maybe the most vicious individual I've been in the ring with. Not as far as pure size, but as far as just coming at you with tenacity, aggression, and he just doesn't get tired. I think that he holds a lot against Cactus Jack, but he goes out there and he says that he's putting more people in the hospital than anybody. And maybe I take a little objection to that, probably because it's true. Mr. Orndorff's been in the sport a lot longer than I have. He's probably put more people in the hospital than Cactus Jack has. And that, before falls count anywhere, that was my calling card. Cactus Jack couldn't necessarily win a world title, but he could sure send you to the hospital. So what I told Mr. Wonderful, what I'll tell you here, is I'm going to try to even up that little score by sending Mr. Wonderful to the hospital. But before and above that, I'm going to win that match in Asheville at the pay-per-view, falls count anywhere.
Another match that certainly has the characteristics to be a falls count anywhere type situation, in as much as it's a lights-out, non-sanctioned event, is the strap match between Sting and Big Man Vader. And for the fans that may be listening to this broadcast, wondering why they're listening to a wrestling program, certainly don't understand what a strap match is. Both men will be attached wrist to wrist by approximately a 10 or 15-foot leather strap. The object of the match is to pull your opponent around and touch all four ring corners. And with Vader at 450 and Sting at 250, I mean, simple mathematics makes this a heck of a challenge for Sting. You have been in the ring with both men. How do you see it?
Well, I think, first of all, that Sting's philosophy towards wrestling usually is to win a match and to win world titles. But here, what you're talking about is virtually having to have your opponent knocked out in order to drag him to fall four corners of the ring. First off, I don't think that Sting can knock out Van Vader. I do think that Sting is capable of winning the world championship belt from anyone. But I don't recall Sting having a great record of hospital journeys. I don't recall Sting having a great record of permanent or temporary knockouts. So I think the odds of him actually getting Van Vader down on the mat and being able to drag 450 pounds around the ring is almost nil. Personally, I don't know what Vader's expertise in the strap match is. I do know that he's got Harley Race on his side, and Harley Race does have a background in that type of match. So I'm going to say, yeah, Sting's a great wrestler, but so is Big Van Vader, and this is Big Van Vader's challenge. He lost to Sting at the last pay-per-view, and I think he's got more than just a world title to defend. He's got his honor. So,
Cactus, this week, I know that you'll be down in Dothan, Alabama on Tuesday, I understand, and I guess it's an opportunity, or hopefully in your behalf, to stay injury-free this week and try to go into next Sunday's event physically at 100%. And keep your fingers crossed that you can come out that way.
Well, Jim, I'm hoping to go in at about 70%, which is where I've been. Yeah. I don't think there's been such thing as an injury-free Cactus Jack in the past 3 years. What I'm hoping, now, Paul Orndorff brought a kind of a skeleton out of my closet. He says he's going to dissect Cactus Jack. He says the fans out there better grow up and see that Cactus Jack is not invulnerable. He can be stopped, and he's going to start with my bad knee. No, it's nobody's secret. I don't know. I guess it's not widely publicized, but I've been out there with a $1,000 brace, basically holding my right knee together. But I think almost out of fear, people don't attack my injuries because they realize that basically when it comes right down to it, Cactus Jack is an animal of instinct. And you go after that leg, then I go after his life. Paul Orndorff, I mean, if this was another match, maybe it had a little differently. I think what he's seeing and knowing is that to beat Cactus Jack in this game, he's going to try to beat me with a little psychology. Let me know that this is psychological warfare, and he's going to go after an injured body part. Well, Paul Orndorff, go after my injured body part, you may end up in several pieces.
All right, Cactus. Well, I'll be watching it on pay-per-view. I wish you the very best of luck, and try to get maybe 75% by next Sunday.
Well, Jim, let me say this. Being on the color commentary end while you did play-by-play and being on the other end of the microphone during interviews, let me say that I'm going to miss you on those broadcasts. Now, we hope to have you back there sometime.
All right, Cactus. Thank you for your thoughts, and again, good luck, and thanks for being with us here tonight. Happy Valentine's Day. I know this is a special day for guys like you.
It's my biggest day, and like I said, it should be a big day for the fans out there of Cactus Jack, because I may not have always been number one in the WCW rankings, but number one in the hearts of the fans.
All right, Cactus. Thanks very much, and again, good luck on Sunday. Go back to the telephones, and Brad has been holding. Brad is in Lansing, Michigan. Brad, you're on Wrestling with Jim Ross on AM 750 WSB.
Hi.
Hi, Brad.
I was wondering if you know that if Ric Flair's going to be in SuperBrawl.
Well, as far as I know, as I mentioned earlier, he's going to be at SuperBrawl. Ric Flair will be in Asheville 1 week from tonight. I don't know the exact role, Brad. I don't know if he's going to be there wrestling, interviewing, or part of the broadcast team. I will find that out this week, and I plan on having that on the hotline, on the wrestling hotline on Saturday. So Ric Flair will be at SuperBrawl again. In what capacity, we do not know. We thank you for your call. Let's talk to Jody in Dallas, Texas. Jody, you're on Wrestling with Jim Ross and AM 750 WSB in Atlanta.
Yeah, I got a question about this Slam Jam album.
Okay, I'll try to answer it.
Do you think there would ever be a chance where you could, like, make an album, like the wrestlers' old songs, theme music?
There's so many legality factors, Jody, regarding the music. Some of it, the licensing ran out on it, and some of it they don't have the rights to anymore. And it got to be a real pain, according to what the Business Affairs Office relayed to me and the information that I received. That's why they're writing all original music, so they don't get into those licensing problems. So I would think that one of the reasons they would stop using some music is because the licensing ran out on it.
Oh, I was just curious because that's what WWF does.
Well, I think that all that music's original. Some of the music in the original, like Sting's old theme song, that wasn't original music. I've heard that music on bumpers on ESPN and places.
Yeah, you don't know where you got that, though?
No, I really don't. I'm sorry.
Car commercials and stuff.
Yeah, it's one of those generic tracks that you can get, at an audio house. But I'm not real versed on that. We'll get Michael Hayes back on here some night. Maybe he can shed some light on that.